thank you again for your business.
Thank you.
It's been a real pleasure working with you. I want to show you a few extra things on the vehicle just to refresh your memory on things that we've already went over a little bit,
okay,
so we can get you on the road. Go ahead and have a seat in the passenger seat real quick. Turn the blower down a little bit. I've had it warmed up for you. We've got it all gassed up. It's all clean and ready to go. But there's a few things on the inside. We already talked about pairing your phone, which we did before you actually took your first test drive.
Okay.
Do you remember how to operate that aspect
of
it? Good. You do know that your Bluetooth will also control your media devices as well on the inside through your phone. So let's say hypothetically you want to listen to Pandora, whatever you're listening to on your phone musically, all you've got to do is go to media, and then the source will show up there from your phone. Now this one says no media devices available because we've the connected device. So there's your Bluetooth right there. Hit that, and that's what we would control. And then we can move into tracks and other info. Info is going to show you the name of the artist and so on and so forth.
Okay.
But let's go down across the board here. And then of course, this right here controls this. So if I hit any of these buttons, that's going to pop up and it's going to show me different things to look at, like a speedo head. We went over this in the very beginning. But one of the things I wanted to show you is how you can actually make this exactly what you want inside of screen setup. So you hit OK.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
And then you choose what you want to, whichever's glowing. Can you see how it's a little bit of a burgundy, orangey color? And you move that up to say center. Every time I move it, it shows me what I'm going to change. So I hit center, hit OK. Menu title is going to be screen setup, which is what we're looking at. But we can go to audio. It's going to show us that we're listening to FM 92.3 and other things like that. So you can change this, the center, and then the middle of it too. But most people will just simply would hit OK to exit. We can hit that setting. So you say that we got the radio in there, and that could be any one of a bunch of different things. Range of fuel. It could be a elapsed time as far as how long it takes you to get to your destination, how many miles you have inside your tank, and so on and so forth. So we'll bounce back out of that, and I'm going to go right to where we're going to keep it at based upon what you told me originally would be your speedo head. Okay. You can look at it two different ways. You can look at it like that, or you can hit kilometers per hour. So if you go to Canada and you want to change it to kilometers, it's easy to do that as well.
Okay.
So one of the most confusing things about the vehicle is the infotainment system, which is actually very, very simple to use. The first thing I want to tell you, in Ohio, we have to change the time twice a year, right? Mm-hmm. So you look at it and you go, wow, where do I get to the time at? All you got to do is touch the time. Say, yes, I want to change it. And it gives me the ability to change it. See, I can make the different changes in it. Show time in the status bar, which is up there. Sync with GPS time, so it's exact. You can even have it in military time if you choose to as well. And that's going to, of course, change it to, well, it's actually 12:53 hours. It would be 13:53 hours in an hour. So we'll go back to 12 for now. Going back out of that, we're going to close out of that. Now, if you hit, I'm at FM, if I hit browse, it's going to simply take me my presets. These are where you dump your presets. In other words, if you have a friend with you on the passenger side and they want to listen to a particular channel, you can make that your presets simply by holding it down. Number 5 is that. Now browse. It's going to take me to number 5 is actually this channel. But if I don't want that anymore, I can just hit that and it'll dump it out. Now it's no longer 92.3. All right. Okay. The cool thing about it is satellite radio. Satellite radio, which of course you get free, it's complimentary for 6 months in the vehicle. You also get the ability to change other aspects of it. So let's say Lil Nas X is your favorite artist. Hit favorite. I can make Lil Nas X my favorite artist. So if you're on satellite, no matter what channel you're listening to, it'll tell you right at the very top that Lil Nas X is on the channel. Tap that and it'll go right to that channel. Okay. Are you a sports enthusiast? You told me that you like the Ohio State Buckeyes, right? This is something that's only available with these systems with satellite radio. So I hit browse on satellite versus FM. It's going to give me a lot of other stuff too. Of course, there's all the available channels. You can go by genre or just the channel itself. So let's say, for instance, if I go by the genre and I want to go to rock, so classic rock, I can go to all my rock channels. They're all embedded in one place. But the coolest thing about it is if I go to game zone, it's going to take me to teams, selection, and alert settings, okay? So we'll go select teams, the type of ball game you're listening to, which would be college football, right? All we got to do is scroll down here and try to find the Ohio State Buckeyes, which should be pretty easy to do. You can do that with the arrow or with your finger. It's just a little easier with it, faster with your finger. There we are. Buckeyes. So now I've made the Ohio State Buckeyes your favorite team. So why would I want that on satellite radio, right? So I'm driving down the road. I want to listen to the ball game, but I'm not sure what time it starts, and I want to know when there's a score. So I hit alert settings. Now it's going to tell me when the game starts automatically, no matter what channel I'm listening to on satellite, and it's going to tell me when there's a score update as well. So I could be listening to another channel. Suppose that, so my wife is not so much into sports, but I am. So if she wants to listen to whatever she wants to listen to on radio, I can still participate and listen to what's happening with the ball game without having to switch to that channel to listen to the ball game itself.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool stuff, huh?
Yeah.
And you can always go in and make the changes and refresh it. Favorites, that's what we're going to right now. It's talking on-air favorites. Little Nas X would be inside there, so Little Nas X is not on the radio right now. There's more to be, and then traffic and weather. Unfortunately, traffic and weather is predominantly major metropolitan cities. So let's say, for instance, you go to Chicago, it'll tell you what the weather is, instant traffic and weather in Chicago. Cincinnati or Columbus and Cleveland are unfortunately not major metropolitan cities, so they don't show up on the radar. Okay. So it is one of the things that kind of defaults to, but it's okay, it's still there nonetheless. I'll close out of that. It's going to take me right back to this channel here as well. If I want to change my audio, I can change the audio, loudness. Go to on, equalizer, changes my audio as far as the equalizer is concerned. And then there's autoplay. If I hit autoplay, the USB devices will automatically play media when autoplay is turned on. So when you have your device plugged in, not just Bluetooth, it'll go to it as well. And of course, this does have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, which we spoke of as well. Since this does not have embedded nav, you can use your phone for navigation and chats. And the nice thing about it is your phone always updates. Navigation that's embedded never updates. So you have to update it and pay a little bit more money for it. So it makes it a little bit better for you. So this is kind of cool too. So check this out. You've got digital cable, you said, in your house. So if you hit replay, not only does it allow you to listen to the song you're listening to now, but it allows us to go backwards. And every time I hit it, it goes to the end of the last song. That goes to the beginning of the next song. And that's about where we're at Bruno Major. All right, I can hit pause. But if I don't want, the reason why this is here is suppose you're going through the drive-through and you're listening to your favorite song. You haven't heard, oh man, I heard the song in a long time. Hit replay, hit pause, go through the drive-through at McDonald's, get your food, and then hit play again. Or you can rewind it and listen to it as well. So there's a lot of detail to it. A lot of it's pretty easy. The way to look at it is this is an iPad essentially, and this is the tray by which you could look at. There are multiple other things to look at there too. Any of this stuff could be dragged down to the very bottom. One of the things that I think is cool is that a backup camera is really only engaged when you're in
reverse.
Right. So what if I want to see what's behind me when I'm not in reverse?
Can we push a button to see that?
Yes, we can. Let it glow. Not like the song.
Right.
Glow, not go. Drag that down and put it in. We'll just take media. So now I got backup camera. Media still stays up there. Heated steering wheel, heated driver's seat, and a passenger seat. All that stuff stay up there. But now I got my backup camera down here. Boom. I can look at what's behind me. Why this is important is suppose you ever want to put a 1,500-pound trailer or 2,000-pound trailer behind you, a boat, a little small boat. You get in the vehicle, you start off, and you think, oh boy, did I cinch up those chains right? Did I do it right? Because we just get in the seat and drive, right? Like, I'm not sure if I did this. You can look at your chains, you can look at your load back there, and then of course it also tells you whether or not your load is within the lane that you're moving into. Because like right now it looks like my steering wheel is straight. It's not. Okay, so if I've got a load back there, the load's going to turn, and that load may hit something to the right.
Okay.
Correct? So this is straight. And then anything to make this go away, you just hit that and it goes back where it was before. We'll go back to radio. Parking assist with sonar in the back shuts that off. It's off until you turn it back on again.
Okay.
So once again, if you've got a load back there, it's going to tell you you're backing up. It's going to tell you there's something behind you. Yeah, it's a load. So you want to shut that off. Once that feature is off, it's off until you turn it back on again.
Okay.
Lane assist. That's the feature that kind of nudges you back into the lane, because up in here, actually right there, is a camera that reads the lines in the road. So if it goes over those lines, it's going to let you know audibly and visually that you're going over those lines. Once again, you don't want that to happen with a load behind you.
Right.
Now, satellite radio, all these features that are built into it, some of the smaller ones, a lot of people just can't get a grip on what the automatic stop start is. We mentioned this in the beginning as well. If I shut off my automatic stop start, it's off. It means that it's not going to shut off at a light. It's not going to shut off at a stop sign. But every time you get into it, you have to turn it off because it's a governmentally regulated feature, okay? But all I want you to do is this. I want you to put your hand on the door, and I'm going to shut the vehicle off. I want you to notice if there's any difference in the vibration. Slightly, right? I'm going to start it back up again. You see the automatic stop start is back on again, right? Now, the reason why I showed you that is because a lot of people think that one starter handles the start stop and the whole vehicle. There is a heavy duty starter for the automatic stop start, and it's got its regular starter. This does not rely upon the regular starter that starts the vehicle with the ignition. It's a completely different setup, and it's designed specifically for the automatic stop start.
Okay.
So with that in mind, a couple other things. We mentioned Jeep Wave program. Jeep Wave is a 3-year maintenance-free program that you get complimentarily from Jeep. Doesn't come from us, so it doesn't cost us anything, doesn't cost you anything. But for 3 years, you get 3 free oil changes, 3 tire rotations. You got service intervals where you don't have to sit in the service department, wait for your car. You have same-day rental, $1,000 worth of trip interruption coverage, and then you'll get that in the emails that I sent you before we came out here. I know that you were kind of looking at them before you went to the business office. Make sure that you look at those videos. If you have any questions whatsoever, I've already prepared your phone. You've got my phone number in your phone. I've got your phone number in my phone. We can communicate with each other if there's anything you have any questions about whatsoever. Okay. Which leads me to the next thing. This is very, very important that you're happy in a lot of different ways. So there's a survey. A survey comes from Chrysler Corporation. Actually, it'll come from Stellantis. It'll come and it's going to ask you a variety of questions of how you were treated, how long it took, so on and so forth. The cleanliness of the facility, did I follow up with you? That's a key feature. Did I go over the infotainment system with you? Did I use an iPad when I set you up for your connection? All of those questions are going to come up. Every question on the survey, even if it seems like it's not something that I had, like maybe it took 15 extra minutes to get you into the business office or whatever, all of those questions rely upon my shoulders. Every single question. So I guess what I'm saying is, in a nutshell, if you have any questions, don't use the survey as a platform to say I have questions. Call me directly. I'm a person, not a survey. Okay. Thank you for your business, man. I appreciate it. Hey, looking forward to many other car deals with you, man.
Yep.
All right.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. I'll be out of here. You hop over here and take off, man.
All right.